دوستان سلام، من امیر محمدی پور هستم، مدرس و معامله‌گر از آکادمی ترید تاک. این ویدیو 14 منتورشیپ 2023 است. قبل از شروع باید بگم که این ویدیو از دید حرفه‌ای ها میتونه یادآور یه سری نکات باشه و برای آماتورها عملاً یه مثال حل شده کتاب از اون مثالهای خوب البته محسوب میشه. تو این ویدیو هم میتونید تعریف شورت ترم های و لو، اینترمدییت های و لو و لانگ ترم های و لو رو ببینید و همین که با مفهوم مژرد موو که یکی از مفاهیم خیلی قدیمی بین مفاهیم تکنیکال محسوب میشه، خیلی قدیمی تر از ICT، باهاش آشنا بشید. ویدیو رو مثل همیشه با دقت ببینید. اگر ترید تاک رو دنبال میکنید احتمالاً میتونید توضیحات بیشتری پیرو این مفاهیم بین مطالب ما هم پیدا کنید. خلاصه امیدوارم که این ویدیو کوتاه هم مفید واقع بشه و بتونه یه سری از سوالاتتون رو پاسخ بده.
All right, just a real quick follow up on what I was showing you on the Twitter space today. We have a low, higher low to the left of it, higher low to the right of it. Why am I using this one and not that one? Because this one went lower. So we have an intermediate term low, which is a low that has a low that's lower than the previous short term low and lower than the higher low here. So there's 3 points, okay? Just like this is an intermediate term low here, this is an intermediate term low as well because it has to the left of it a higher low and a higher low. STL is a short-term low. LTL is a long-term low. ITL is an intermediate term low. Intermediate term low, short-term low, short-term low. In between two intermediate term lows is a long-term low. If we're bullish, we're expecting buy side up here, as I was yesterday explaining it live. Fib on this swing here and this here. Pay attention. First, I want to show you the settings. That way you can see this is my fib setting. I don't need this. I don't need this. This is to determine how far the daily range can come off its high or low and find the closing price. I'll teach that later this year. This is optimal trade entry levels. We don't need that. And I don't need equilibrium. So from the low up to the high, buy side is here. This high hadn't formed yet. So the first one past this high is 4101.25. Putting the fib on this low. First one past is 4101.5. That's the reason why I called 4101.5. That's this high here. The next one up is 4104.25. Let me take this off. 4104.25. So you can see we're at 4104.25. This low here to this high. So you would anchor it from low, drag it up here. Now because we have this high, which is relative to this high, buy side is what we're targeting above that. We can't use the -1 level. So the next one is what? -1.5. So 4104 even. And then this low here to here. We can't use this one because it's below the high here and here. Since this was higher, we have to refer to this frames the buy side now, whereas it was initially here until it bumped shallow. So the expectation is in the afternoon session, we're going to dig beyond that. So we can't use the first standard deviation. It's the next one, which is what? 4104.25 again. So there's 2 times at intermediate term lows and a long term low aiming for a run in the buy side. So 4104.25. What was the high of the day on Friday? Look right here. High of the day, 4104.00. No, it's not. I'm sorry. The next candle here. 4104.25. Right here on the candle at 6 minutes to 4. So 3:54 New York local time. The high comes in at 4104.25 to the tick. So what you're doing is you're looking for a confluence of standard deviations at key market turning points. This is institutional market structure. It's not in books. It's only been taught through my mentorship. And these are some of the components and things I'm going to teach more in depth about this year, and I'll have chapters in my forthcoming books. But again, you don't need the books. It's just for me to have it in writings. That way nobody can claim authorship. And ultimately how the market walked up into that buy side, into the 4104.25 level, nailing the high. The final hour macro, which is 3 to 4 o'clock, the last hour of trading before 4 o'clock closing session. Yes, it trades till 5 o'clock, but the bulk of the volume is going to be encapsulated by 4 p.m. 15 minutes after 3 to 45 minutes after 3, that 30-minute interval is a macro. And the algorithm will do a market on close run where it spools to a point of liquidity that had not been targeted yet, but would be the obvious one, that being the buy side here. Let me see that run from here. And I did a live stream. You can look at that. Go on my YouTube channel, click on live, and look at the February 10th, 2023 market review and live tape reading event, where I called every single one of these minute candles exactly as you see it delivered here and walked us up into 4104. So combine this with what I covered today in my Twitter space. I think you'll have a better understanding about what took place on Friday. Until next time, be safe.